BREAK. The CEO of BlackRock, the biggest asset manager in the world, Larry Fink, was recently seen departing Ripple's San Francisco headquarters. Several insider leaks indicate that this was not a routine visit. According to sources, they talked about a possible $500 billion collaboration that may completely alter the current financial system. The main concept? XRP serves as the foundation for tokenizing the US currency. If this seems crazy, fasten your seatbelts because it has the potential to propel XRP to heights no one ever imagined. We are discussing 5 digits. Indeed, $10,000 for each XRP. Does that sound crazy? Let's make the connection. Now, let's get started. We're delving into a subject today that has the potential to completely alter the current financial environment. This is a possible revolution in the making, not simply another headline. A revolutionary development is imminent, according to leaked insider claims that are making the rounds on crypto Twitter and private Telegram group. There's a noticeable hum. BlackRock and Ripple are negotiating extensively to develop a system that tokenizes conventional financial assets, beginning with the US dollar. This has the potential to revolutionize the game, changing the fundamental structure of financial transactions. According to these sources, XRP would serve as the main bridge asset and the infrastructure would be constructed on Ripple's XRPL. Why is this important? Because it has the potential to completely change the way we view and utilize digital currencies, making them more essential to our day-to-day existence. For both cryptocurrency and traditional finance, if BlackRock, a company that manages $6 trillion in assets, is thinking about including XRP into a worldwide asset tokenization strategy. It is a seismic shift. Just think of the opportunities and new paths this could lead to. According to the leak, $500 billion of tokenized US dollar assets think stablecoin-like assets could be used as the starting point for the deal. However, this is only the beginning. The long-term objective, with XRP serving as the intermediary settlement layer, it is much more ambitious, with the goal of tokenizing the $110 trillion global currency market and completely changing the financial environment. This could revolutionize international finance by facilitating quicker and more effective transactions. If accurate, this is larger than Ethereum futures and Bitcoin ETFs. We are discussing a paradigm shift that has the potential to alter the game's rules. We are discussing the transfer of global liquidity to the XRP ledger. The financial world might never be the same as a result of the huge ramifications. The financial industry may be entering a new age. This isn't a sudden development. For years, Ripple has been establishing the foundation by carefully organizing and carrying out its goal. For a long time, Ripple has promoted XRP as the future bridge currency, hoping to transform our understanding of international trade and financial inclusiveness. Stablecoins, digital currencies issued by central banks, and tokenized real assets all need quick, affordable, and expandable settlement systems. XRP provides a smooth solution that blends in seamlessly with this changing environment. XRP has the technology already. It processes 1,500 transactions per second, settles in 3 to 5 seconds, and costs pennies to use. This efficiency is revolutionary since it is unrivaled in the existing financial ecosystem. Because of its potential to revolutionize financial operations and spur innovation, institutions have been subtly expanding on the XRP ledger for years. Ripple has already partnered with governments and banks in Europe, Asia, and the Middle East. These collaborations are only the start of a much bigger movement. Brick by brick, the infrastructure is being built, laying a strong basis for upcoming financial advances in a globalized society. This is where the situation becomes even more intriguing. Ripple is expanding beyond international payments. They are broadening their perspectives. Recently, Ripple reaffirmed its own goal of creating stable currency, joining a market where USDC and USDT are dominant. This action has the potential to reshape the stablecoin market and establish new benchmarks. However, in contrast to those coins, Ripple may have actual institutional relationships to support theirs, and if BlackRock is involved, this may completely change the market for stablecoins. The potential is immense and unheard of. Consider a scenario in which the new de facto global reserve stablecoin is a tokenized dollar issued by BlackRock on Ripple's ledger. What does that mean? Monumental. This might usher in a new era of digital finance and permanently alter the financial landscape. Let's now discuss the UC's ongoing conflict with Ripple. XRP has been referred to as the crypto industry's problem child for years. FUD attacks, never-ending legal disputes, and regulatory ambiguity. An important aspect of this story has been the SAC complaint. What if, however, this was all intentional? What if there was a greater purpose behind the chaos? A great plan to dominate the market and the narrative? The SAC case is, and has always been, seen by many in the XRP community as a smokescreen. A purposeful diversion to deceive the people. A diversion to deter individual investors while organizations like as BlackRock discreetly amass wealth in the background. Consider it. Everything about it, including the timing and media attention, seemed too easy, almost prearranged. Behind the scenes, Ripple was striking partnerships with banks and establishing the foundation for a digital financial revolution, while the mainstream media portrayed XRP as a security threat. They were setting themselves up for success by making calculated decisions. XRP is not a security when it is exchanged on secondary markets, according to the court in the Ripple SAC lawsuit. Ripple achieved a major victory that marked a sea change in the conflict. So, why is the pressure still there? Why is there still so much uncertainty? Why the constant scrutiny? Many people are asking these kinds of queries. Some claim that this is done on purpose in order to hold down the price until the appropriate players are prepared. A calculated postponement to favor a select few. The floodgates open when they do. As XRP gains traction, there will be a significant market change that will permanently alter the cryptocurrency ecosystem. And it appears that that time is coming sooner than we anticipated. XRP has a bright future ahead of it, one that looks revolutionary. Now let's look at the figures. Is $10,000 per XRP realistic? Let's play devil's advocate, even though it looks ridiculous at first. $11 trillion in value movements would result if XRP were to take over as the settlement layer for even 10% of the world's currency market. XRP's market capitalization would have to increase significantly if it were required to supply the liquidity required to manage that daily volume. According to some cryptocurrency specialists, XRP would need to be priced in the thousands only to accommodate such velocity based on calculations of liquidity pools. The math becomes crazy when you start layering and tokenizing treasuries, CBDCs, real estate, and stocks, all of which may be based on XRPL. Is $10,000 realistic? Not right now. However, what if BlackRock were to push $10 trillion worth of assets onto the XRP ledger? It's not impossible, particularly if institutional capital uses XRP as a settlement rail after ordinary investors are priced out. This is where things become urgent. Already, whales are in motion. Wallets containing more than 10 million XRP have been gradually growing, according to blockchain analytics. Whale addresses have increased their holdings by almost 600 million XRP in the last 30